Marcela Silva getting this bantamweight assignment. It is Tanisha Triple Threat Tennant against the Southpaw Outlaw and Serena De Jesus. TJ DeSantis, Julie Kedzie, Memorial Hall here, Kansas City, Kansas tonight for Invicta FC 38. Kickboxing here early. This uppercut there by De Jesus finds a home.
You can see De Jesus is really throwing some power right now, putting a lot into those shots.
Set those up. Hands first.
Tennant wanting to exchange here as well.
See her measuring to outstep.
Oh, hard right hand by Tennant. De Jesus in trouble trying to get the takedown. See if she's recovered. That was a hard shot that landed on the button.
Yeah, she outstepped her front foot, TJ, threw that right hand right where it needed to be and dropped the other fighter, dropped De Jesus. De Jesus seems none the worse for the wear, though, back up on her feet.
Credit to Tennant as well for not getting too aggressive there in that moment and ending up on her back because De Jesus was in on that takedown very quickly.
So many times striking battles favor the left-handed fighter because it's hard to find left-handed training partners. And they can usually outstep just a little bit cleaner, but you can see that Tennant is actually doing the outstepping. She's keeping her left foot pretty active, trying to find that straight right down the middle.
Getting to know Tanisha Tennant, we knew that she was a purple belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, but she was excited to showcase her Muay Thai skills. Muay Thai was the first martial art that she had ever practiced.
It was a really nice backside kick there, TJ.
Kick the body again by De Jesus. Tennant coming forward with some punches.
And De Jesus really favors that big high left kick. I think that, you know, the left hand and the left kick are really probably going to be a lot of her entries into takedowns if she's looking for that.
2 minutes down here in this first round. Combination of strikes there, finished with the high kick attempt by De Jesus.
I like the way Tennant's keeping her hands up after each combo. It's how she's able to kind of split and interrupt the combinations of De Jesus.
Caitlin Young checking in on Twitter at Invicta Fights, hashtag Invicta FC 38. Appreciate everyone joining in on the conversation. Kick there caught by De Jesus.
And that was nicely done. She didn't get the takedown off of it, but she was able to get her own shot off.
The composure on display by both of these athletes, just their second professional fight. Showcasing their experience here. I think this has been a pretty back and forth fight with some big moments and no freaking out here. Both ladies came to work. Kick comes high again by De Jesus. Now a combination of punches into the clinch.
And I think this is where De Jesus wants to work for takedowns, although nice elbow over the top there by Tennant. Very nicely done. But De Jesus did talk a little bit about her grappling game, working hard on that and looking for the takedown, maybe trying to get top position. Again, a nice elbow there from Tennant.
Interesting sequence there in the clinch. Both ladies were content to stay at range, not try to press one another up against the fence and slow down the pace.
They like to kick, TJ.
They definitely do. 90 seconds left in round number 1. Ooh, nice right hand finds a home there by Tennant. The corner of De Jesus calling for the counter. Now Tennant punching some uppercuts now into the clinch once again. Tennant tried to put De Jesus into the fence, but now we're back at space.
And that was nicely done by Tennant. She measured things out. She was in a clinch position. She was able to still get her power shot and get out of the clinch. There's a lot of emphasis from De Jesus when she throws, and when Tennant throws on kind of moving that head back and forth, but it gets a little bit predictable. It slants a little bit too far to the side sometimes, and I'm wondering if Tennant is measuring that for that hook.
Nice knee to the body there by Tennant. Elbow as well, De Jesus taking some offense here in the final 20 seconds of this round.
see De Jesus is switching around with the head. She's getting to her double underhook position, working for head position. The takedown goes to Tennant, but immediately De Jesus has got her sweep and she's back on her feet.
Flurry of action there to end round number 1. Marcio La Silva said it was my fault. I'm not sure what exactly he was referring to. Pick their check by De Jesus.
Well, it was a nice shot anyway. I'm not really sure what the call was on that. I think we'll hear that from the truck, but you can see De Jesus gets her composure back. She's pawing that jab out there, looking for that straight right down the middle. Good idea against Tennant because Tennant is looking for that right, so if she can get her angle there from her left, she can shut that down. Leading with a spin kick like that can be a little dangerous at times, TJ. She had success with that backside kick earlier, but that is a little bit dangerous, unaccompanied by punches.
So we got some clarification. The round started where the gate to the octagon was still open. Marcio La Silva called timeout. Serena disengaged. However, Tanisha Tennant did not. So that was the confusion there. Minute down here in this first, or second round rather.
Nice little fake there to a kick there from De Jesus. I'd like to see a lot more of that, a lot more faking.
The kick comes high again by De Jesus. She's confident in throwing that lead left kick without really setting it up. Would you like to see her change that?
Of course. I'd like to see her throw some hands in front of that. Although it has been successful a couple of times, it would be good to get Tennant's hands staying up high and not thinking about the counter shot, which is fairly easy to get off of an unaccompanied kick. One thing that I noticed is De Jesus is keeping her hands up a little bit higher this round. I think that's a good idea. They were dropping a bit. I like that lead elbow. It needs to be a little bit closer, though.
The Anderson Silva style elbow. Go back in the archives, find him knock out Tony Fricklin with that.
Tennant seems a lot more confident about range this time. She had some really hard shots in the first round, and I think she's really getting a sense of that, of where she's able to throw in Serena's combos. It looks like inverted eye poke.
Eye poke, yep. Tanisha Tennant pointed it out, and De Jesus immediately disengaged. And Marcio La Silva taking a look at that right eye of Tanisha Tennant.
And you know, that's let's get another look at that. I wasn't quite sure I saw when that happened during the combo. We see that there's a cross. We see De Jesus reaching over the top. There's a hook and kind of a, oh, I'm seeing it right there. I guess it happened with her right hand. No, her left, where? Show me, TJ. I'm
left
still having a hard
hand,
time. The left hand kind of scrapes there. Her hands seem to be quite a bit open on these strikes. It's a little hard to see which finger, I guess, went there, but De Jesus is trying to get her composure back, trying to get make sure she's got full vision.
It definitely appeared to be a strike of sorts, but you're right. I think her fingers were open.
Yeah,
so.
there was a bit of a backhand. Let's look at this still kind of, oh, I see, wow.
Yeah.
That's very clear. So yeah, that left hand, that left finger goes right there as she's throwing that hook punch. Thank you for that, truck.
The hand wide open there, so.
Yeah, and actually the other hand is open too, as you can see. Good idea to have a closed fist in your punches and an open hand in your elbows.
Octagon side position, taking a look here at the right eye of Tanisha Tennant. Looks like she's ready to go here. De Jesus apologizes for the inadvertent eye poke. We're back at action.
Good show of sportsmanship there. Right back at punching and kicking each other too.
Just past the halfway point of this fight. Oh, nice combination.
Very nicely done by De Jesus.
Tennant maybe on the run.
Oh,
both ladies exchanging big punches here. And now an eye poke for Serena De Jesus. Marcio La Silva says keep fighting.
Yeah, I don't think she wants time off. She's got that momentum going there. De Jesus was definitely rocked a couple of times, or at least once. And it was that kick to the punch that did it, TJ. Now, this is not a time when she can slack. She's got to go straight in and take advantage of this momentum, get right in De Jesus' face.
Countering with some punches
Tennant's
off
face,
the kick there of Tennant. Touch over 90 seconds left here in round number 2. Nice kick to that lead leg of Tennant by De Jesus.
And I like the way she set that up with a fake. I think she's going to get more power shots starting with the fake. Nice knee.
Been a lot of action here in this fight. Hard kick to the body of Tennant. A nice combination there, punches off the kick from De Jesus. Tennant finding it home.
Yeah, and Tennant is showing a little bit more trepidation, and she comes straight back in there. De Jesus has the leg, still does not get the takedown with the leg, and Tennant's starting to kind of take over in the middle range again.
De Jesus really loading up on that kick to the body.
And what's nice about a southpaw is they have that really good hard shot to the liver right available for them, and I think that's where that teeth landed.
Nice right hand off the kick by Tennant there. Another right hand finds a home. Coming alive now with Tanisha Tennant. De Jesus covering up.
That was very nicely done, TJ, rattling those off multiple right hands in a row. De Jesus is now in the clinch and has her up against the cage.
Solid way to stop the offense by Tanisha Tennant for De Jesus. Final 10 seconds. Ten minutes in the books between these bantamweights. A lot going on. Eye pokes, the cage door was open, and some powerful exchanges throughout that round as well. Third and final round here between Serena De Jesus and Tanisha Tennant.
And I would suspect both corners are saying, get a finish here. It's very hard to predict what a judge is going to say. A lot of power coming from both fighters now.
Nice high kick there for De Jesus. Tennant trying to answer with some punches.
And what's interesting is neither fighter really wants to, go outside of this one range. They're really just kind of standing with each other and going to the inside here with these clinches. Nice knees there from Tennant. De Jesus is recovering her position, trying to push her up against the cage. Beautiful knee right there. But they really like fighting in that mid-range or up close, TJ. There's not a lot of distance fighting.
Both of these athletes came for a certain style of fight, and both are willing to engage in just that. 1 minute down here in this third round. De Jesus controlling Tennant up against the fence. We really haven't seen a lot of moments like this, despite a lot of moments inside the clinch.
Well, she was pushing her against the fence more than controlling. You saw De Jesus get double underhooks and kick her way off, and now they're back at this striking range. I think they just really like hitting each other, and the strategy may be eluding me at the moment as to more than just kind of hit, grab, hit some more, which that makes for a nice fight.
Beautiful right hand a moment ago there by De Jesus. It is a scrap.
Ooh,
nice left hand there by Tennant. Back in the clinch, knees here by the New Yorker.
And she's doing a nice job with those knees. You can see De Jesus is trying to break down the head, keep her from gaining too much power there up against the cage again.
And both athletes very confident in their clinch games. You really don't see either go on the defensive. They're just trying to get that offensive positioning. And now more offense here from Tanisha Tennant with punches.
Yeah, she knows her range for that right hand, and she's finding it every time. De Jesus doesn't seem to want to make an adjustment in terms of footwork or lateral movement there. I think she knows how tough she is, and maybe she knows the range that she wants to get her shot in on is putting her at some risk. Again, grabbing for the heads in this clinch. Wondering if either, oh, nice.
De Jesus able to put Tennant back into the fence. A moment ago, Tennant was starting to get very confident with her strikes. The nose of De Jesus reddened and bloodied. Now back in space once again.
Yeah, and as I was saying, there's not a lot of wrestling, maybe in terms of underhook fights, overhook fights. It's mostly about grabbing the head and looking for those knees right now. But I think both of them just really want to kick, TJ.
Final 2 minutes in this fight. You see Tennant really setting things up behind that jab.
Blood on the face of De Jesus, but the determination has definitely not left her eyes. She's still looking. Ooh, that was a really nice sweep kick.
De Jesus has been to Invicta FC many times, supporting her teammate Roxanne Modafferi. Modafferi very proud of her teammate making her Invicta FC debut tonight. It was emotional for both ladies, and De Jesus wants to really shine in her time in the spotlight. But Tanisha Tennant, very, very tough for her first test here at Invicta.
Yeah, I think this is a very well-matched fight, TJ. They're both they have the same strengths in terms of trying to find those power shots, leading things in with kicks. Nice spin kick there.
And they say it takes two to tango. Neither of these ladies are afraid to engage.
No, not at all. They want to hit each other. I would like to see maybe, oh, nice little crescent kick action there. Would like to see maybe some more head movement. I know De Jesus is using head movement, but I'd like to see it maybe set up some of those other shots that she's doing. Tennant did a nice little fade there to a cross, didn't quite land with the cross. And still a bounce, still bouncing both of them. You know, they don't seem to be tired out so much as kind of getting battle tested.
De Jesus grimaced again. I don't know if she thought maybe she got another eye poke or not. Final 30 seconds left in the fight. Tennant coming alive with punches. Nice left hand. Kick caught there by De Jesus.
You can see Tennant was trying to set up that toss. Wasn't quite successful right there, but she is doing a good job of angling off by pushing the head down. Oh. I feel like De Jesus indicated a groin shot that the referee didn't step in for.
Ladies and gentlemen, having gone the distance, the score is as follows. Ladies and gentlemen, all three judges are in unanimous decision. Judge Champion De Vilbis and Graham score it 29-28. Your winner from the blue corner, Tanisha, the triple threat, Tennant.
Now 2-0 as a pro, Tanisha Tennant gets it done in her Invicta FC debut, 29-28 across the board. She may be set to go off to the Navy, but whenever she's ready to come back, I'm sure we will welcome her with open arms here at Invicta FC.
Well, I'm certainly glad she's fighting on our side, TJ.
Tanisha Tennant getting it done in Kansas City, victorious over Serena De Jesus. TJ DeSantis, Julie Kedzie, Memorial Hall, Kansas City, Kansas. It's our co-main event of Invicta FC 38.
Hands up.
The champion immediately to the center of the octagon.
You can see Rodriguez is doing some fakes and feints, kind of trying to find that opening.
We've seen Karina Rodriguez in some absolute wars. That was the case in her first fight of 2019 against Milana Dudaeva. She then defeated Deanna Bennett in the finals of the tournament, avenging a loss that she suffered in 2018.
Nice right hand there from Porto, lands.
Talking to Rodriguez prior to the fight, she said she wanted to make this fight a war. She wanted to make it a scrappy sort of brawl. And Vanessa Porto, we've seen a lot of different looks from Porto in the past. But very technical generally is Vanessa Porto.
Very technical, and you can see she's looking for some big power counter shots right now. Edging forward so that Rodriguez is almost to the fence, you know, trying to get her into a position where she can kind of land some of those big knockout shots. But yeah, Porto is extremely well-rounded. She's extremely calm in there.
Nice left hand by Rodriguez, but Porto closes the distance, works a single leg. Big elevation and takedown by the champion.
Yeah, she transitioned from that single to the double just like butter, TJ. And now it's time for her, you know, she's got a strong jiu-jitsu game. Now it's time for her to really kind of implement that punishment on the ground. For Rodriguez, it's about getting back up to her feet. Nice, nicely done. Ate a couple shots on the way, but
standing and striking is definitely the preferred way to fight for Karina Rodriguez. So credit to her to get up off the floor from underneath the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt.
It is. You can see her hands stay very, very disciplined, and then when a firefight happens, they drop and she just wails. And so, you know, that's kind of the Karina Rodriguez that's super fun to watch. Vanessa Porto is more of a calm fighter in that she picks her shots. She will explode, but she has been kind of picking. Honestly, she gave herself really open for that one shot there. She really loves that overhand right, and she loves her leg kicks on her feet, Porto.
Karina Rodriguez fighting with the Lobo Gym, the same camp that has produced Invicta veterans Alexa Grasso and Irene Aldana. Signature style of striking by that team. Kick to the body there by Porto.
Kick to the body, you know, followed by that heavy, heavy leg kick. And Porto's got some legs when she kicks. They're very hard kicks. Nice drive to a takedown attempt, and then she wraps up the legs, pins the knees.
Rodriguez trying to get back to her feet.
And as she's getting back to her feet, you can see Vanessa Porto dragging her away from the cage. Oh, I like the way she dropped her there. That was great. That really set up that flurry.
Rodriguez able to get back to her feet, but it was Porto that was punishing her on the way up. Miranda Maverick checking in on Twitter. She is a factor in this flyweight division. We saw her win the Phoenix series earlier this year.
Ooh, nice shots there from Rodriguez. I like how Porto follows strikes. I've said that in an earlier fight, but when, you know, the punch is executed, coming back with your counter on it. Nicely
counter
done.
Off the kick there. Porto now tries to get the fight to the floor and does so. Side control here for the Brazilian.
And Porto's wrestling and jiu-jitsu are extremely strong. Like, it's a wonderful game for her, and it's kind of what she goes to when she starts getting rocked a bit. But she's not afraid to be in a firefight herself. She picks her shots on her feet, but you know, when it comes down to it, I think she wants people on the ground. I think she wants to hit them and submit them.
Trying to isolate that right arm is Porto.
And she's doing a nice job of it. You can see Karina coming up. She's turtled up now, and Porto's taking her back and wrapped her on the head and arm. Trying to drag and kind of sag back down.
Rodriguez able to get back to her feet. Porto still keeping the pressure on, not clinched up against the fence.
Oof.
Big throw attempted and executed by Vanessa Porto.
Very well done. It's hard to do that kind of sacrifice lateral and not get interrupted or mounted, but she read Karina Rodriguez's hips really well right there.
30 seconds left here in round number one.
Porto's putting a lot of pressure on here, really trying to get that head isolated. You can see once she pushes on the head, Karina starts moving her hips around, and then Porto tries to set up those secondaries. She's got her back, another attempt at a lateral toss, and now she just sags her straight down.
Rodriguez with a quick reverse elbow, but now with Porto on top, half guard, final seconds of the round.
You can see, actually, yeah, Porto's really content to kind of smother in this fight when she gets to the ground, stay on top of her, exhaust her with those takedown attempts. You can see a little swelling there under Karina Rodriguez's eye. I don't know if that was an elbow or what hit there, but they were trying to push that swelling down in the corner a bit.
Round two underway. The champion Vanessa Porto in a non-title fight tonight against Karina Rodriguez.
And for Rodriguez to be, oh, that eye is really swelling up. She really needs to stay at range right now. She really needs to be peppering a lot of shots and staying kind of on her bicycle, staying away from that clinch.
With that eye potentially closing on the left side of Rodriguez, you got to believe that right hand is going to be on demand there for Vanessa Porto.
Yeah, and Vanessa Porto's right overhand is one of her money shots. I mean, she's had success knocking people out with body shots, in fact, but that right hand is really a huge factor for her.
She mixed it up there, went to the head, and then went low to the body.
I think Rodriguez really, yeah, she needs to stay jabbing, she needs to stay moving, and she needs to really make sure she's moving away from Vanessa Porto's power.
When we talk about this fight going to deeper waters, you can't go to the championship rounds, but it was a very hard weight cut for Karina Rodriguez. But she's still very active here. Porto clinching up against the fence. Now some knees by the Mexican.
And she was throwing those knees earlier, and you know, to very good success. Porto was able to grab one of them and try to kind of set up a takedown attempt. Rodriguez got her hips out, and I like those knees, actually. I like that clinching position for her. She just has to be real careful about getting her hips too close and getting her leg taken.
Bate no olho dela de novo, no mesmo. Vamos magoar essa cara dela. Chuta. Você não tá usando a perna para chute embaixo, Vanessa.
Yeah, wow, that eye is still swollen pretty hard there, TJ. It looks like it's getting kind of smaller every time we see it, or the swelling around it is larger.
Obviously going to be a target here for Vanessa Porto, and at some point, hopefully it doesn't really impair the vision of Karina Rodriguez, but hard to believe it wouldn't.
And a target in that, it also sets up that left hook that Porto keeps throwing. You get cautious for the wall.
Oh, beautiful knee, Rodriguez!
Oh,
Landed flush, but Porto able to walk through it for now, but you're right, the blood leaking from the nose of the champion.
And I think we're beginning to see what strategy will work for Karina Rodriguez. If she can get her back away from the cage, grab the head, throw those knees, and move, she's going to do very, very well.
And a knee like that can change the momentum of a fight in a hurry.
Really can. It can also cause the other fighter to want to kind of throw their own knees or their own kicks and open up their face.
But Rodriguez talked about trying to get Porto into that gritty type of brawl. We've seen Rodriguez have success in that sort of fight in the past.
And now you can see swelling on the left cheekbone of Vanessa Porto. Nice hook.
Join in on the conversation on Twitter at TJ DeSantis, at JulesK_fighter, at Invicta Fights, hashtag Invicta FC 38.
But I think it's the one stop. She needs to throw Rodriguez more than one shot to get there for that knee again and then exit. A couple of punches, long-range punches, get that knee in or get that high kick in and then escape.
Touch over 90 seconds remaining here in round number 2. Nice combination of punches by Rodriguez.
Porto continues to look for those power shots, keeps her hands a little bit low, continues to push forward. Wow, nice interruption shot.
Rodriguez throwing with confidence.
She has so much power in her punches. You know, she's a long, kind of rangy fighter, but it doesn't take away from the fact that she can punch extremely hard.
Right hand finds a home for Porto, but Rodriguez fires back.
Porto using that left hook to kind of set up that overhand. And the front kick to set up that right hand. It's nice. It's nicely done. She's dropping her hands afterwards, though. No, so is Rodriguez, I guess. A lot of hand dropping going on.
Oh, hard right hand off the kick by Porto. Rodriguez lands some punches. Porto wiping away her nose. Blood flowing from the champion. Under 30 seconds remain in round 2.
Both of them are still pretty bouncy. They don't look like they're getting too tired.
Right hand finds a home there for Rodriguez, and Porto, as you mentioned, goes for this takedown.
And as she's reaching for those legs, she's trying to connect grab onto that knee and turn the angle or connect the knees together. Nicely done, she gets her to the ground, but that is where Karina Rodriguez could fire her own knees if she's fast enough there, TJ. Porto walks away, makes her get back up.
Third and final round underway. Catchweight contest. Vanessa Porto, the flyweight champion, taking on Karina Rodriguez. TJ DeSantis, Julie Kedzie, Memorial Hall, Kansas City, Kansas. This is our co-main event of Invicta FC 38.
Both of them starting with their hands high, respecting each other's power.
Really important 5 minutes here for both of these athletes. Could be anyone's fight after 10 minutes. Combination of punches by Rodriguez. Porto looking for a takedown, settles for the clinch.
And this clinch is where Porto, she's able to kind of climb in and grab onto the legs and get to that takedown. This is where Rodriguez has to be really careful.
We talked about the hard weight cut for Karina Rodriguez. She missed by 1.1 pounds, but didn't miss that shot.
Oh my goodness, and you can see Vanessa Porto immediately goes into takedown mode. That right hand hurt, TJ.
You're always in danger when you're at range with Karina Rodriguez. But Vanessa Porto has the heart of a champion inside the clinch.
It's the heart of a champion, hit a championship belt, yeah. And she fought hard for that belt. She tried for it many times, and you can see Rodriguez flipping her hips over, getting to a better position. Porto drops levels, tries to go for that, but then disengages.
Porto backing up the corner of Rodriguez, employing her to move forward.
Yeah, and I think Rodriguez really needs to take advantage of this momentum, really start throwing hard combos now and moving.
You can see the posture of Porto has changed a bit here in this third round. Rodriguez very aggressive with these strikes, and Porto moving backwards, really.
She is moving backwards. I think she's probably looking for Karina Rodriguez to throw a big shot and to come underneath with a takedown, as she does right there, takedown attempt right there. Wow, Rodriguez ends up on top.
Sold out for it and doesn't have to pay for it. Rodriguez ends up in bottom position.
And you can see there, that is Porto's experience right there, where she was briefly in trouble and she was able to keep her position, keep her hips low, and maintain like kind of that pressure to move forward and get on top. Now Rodriguez is trying to get back to her feet, and Porto's trying to pull that arm, try to keep her pinned. For Rodriguez, it's really important her back doesn't get taken right here. That's what Porto's going to be looking for more control, more takedowns.
Back to her feet is Karina Rodriguez, but still riding the back is the champion, Vanessa Porto, now fighting the hands.
And this is really smart of Rodriguez to get around. She's giving up her neck, though, so she's got to be super careful to keep her back to the cage and get that underhook.
Nice left hand on the break by Karina Rodriguez. A touch over 2 minutes, non-title fight, catchweight contest.
Wow.
And the champ has her hands full here with Karina Rodriguez.
We've got our own BMF championship happening right here, TJ.
My goodness. Porto still firing back. Loading up on the right hand there is Rodriguez.
And that right hand is paying dividends for her, TJ. She needs to double that up and come with a kick.
Another right hand finds a home. Porto in trouble.
Beautiful. Again, Porto going for that double leg when she's in trouble. Rodriguez sprawling. She's in an overhook position. Oh, gives the trip.
90 seconds left in this fight. Porto with a very big takedown. We'll see if she can make the most of it.
And that is experience right there, TJ, man. I tell you, chaining one technique to another when you read the response. And you see Karina Rodriguez, her back is against the cage. She's got to work to get to her feet, and she's got to make sure she doesn't give up her back along the way.
And takedowns are all good and well, but if you don't do anything with it, doesn't say much to the judges sometimes.
Yeah, I guess it depends on the judges, but Karina Rodriguez is actually, with her feet together, she's getting to a position. If she can get her left foot flat on the floor, she can spring up, she can use power, the power of her hips and kind of butt to explode upward. So she's kind of wrapped up there where it's going to be harder for her to get to her feet. She's got to work for an underhook as well. She's got that left overhook. Oh, wow, Porto could just let her get back up.
Blood is flowing. See it on the left forearm there of Vanessa Porto. Rodriguez where she wants to be on her feet.
My goodness.
Exchanging punches. Porto trying to fire back. Uppercut misses by Rodriguez.
This is gorgeous, TJ. I want to see that big kick. I want to see that big right hand. And I want to see Vanessa Porto's big slams. Nice
huge knee. Porto in trouble. Karina Rodriguez finding success. Final 20 seconds left of this fight. This is what mixed martial arts is all about.
I am in love with these women right now, TJ.
Failed attempted takedown by Porto, eats a left hand. Final seconds of the fight.
Oh my God. Attempted jumping knee. Oh.
What a fight.
Oh man.
There we go. Ladies and gentlemen, having gone the distance, the scores are as follows. All judges are in agreement. Judge Kevin Champion scores. Judge Greg DeVilbus and Judge Stephen Graham score 29-28 by unanimous decision. From the red corner, Vanessa Porto.
Autumn Norton and Yaya Rincon. Nick Barron's getting this featherweight assignment. We are underway. Norton in the black, red shorts for Yaya Rincon. Norton grew up in the same area that Yaya Rincon came up in as an amateur. Actually trained with the former team of Yaya Rincon.
There's a nice little exchange there, starting with that inside leg kick. Yaya Rincon is able to end that exchange with that elbow.
There you go. Good. That's
See Norton light on her feet early. This was the same sort of posture in the octagon we saw last time in the latter part of the fight.
Wow, and she ducked underneath the kick to deliver her own kick. Now Norton pressed up against the cage, and shutting down her movement is something that a fighter should try to do. Her footwork is quite good at times. You can see Yaya's working that underhook all the way up, trying to break that posture, or possibly set up that throw there. Norton circles off.
Reversing the position here. Knee to the body there by Rincon. Now off the fence is Yaya.
You can see she's over the top of the head with her right hand. She's underneath with her left, trying to break that balance. Norton's doing a nice job of pushing the head away with her forearm, possibly setting up an elbow, but really just kind of breaking the grip and forcing a positional change where Yaya has to be more defensive there, even though she's got the pressure position.
Norton really bullying Yaya back, kicking the body off the break.
It was nicely done. Good composure on the cage to get back when she wants to be, which is on the outside here. Nice right hand.
Big exchange of punches there. Hard right hand loading up on it is Rincon. Still marching forward though is Norton, throwing kicks. Autumn Norton said that coming up short in her Invicta FC debut did not sit well with her, so when she got the call for this fight, she immediately jumped at the opportunity. And for Rincon, she wants to make up for lost time, but eats a hard right hand.
That was a big right hand there, TJ.
Still firing though is Rincon. So is Norton. These ladies are exchanging.
Nicely done there. You know, Rincon stayed aggressive, even though she might have been a little rattled from that, and those overhands slowed down Norton's ability to kind of step back out at range. Now, Yaya has the underhook with her right hand. Norton still has the pressure there up against the cage, but you can see Yaya's trying to set up that trip takedown, almost successful.
See Rincon using that forearm. That was effective earlier for Norton. Now on the break. Back at space. Norton not letting her breathe, just marching forward.
And that's exactly what she needs to do, those punches off the break. Anytime she sees Rincon kind of try to reassess, to reestablish her position, hit her and hit her a lot. You can see Rincon pushing her up against the cage, trying to break down that. I think that it's Autumn Norton's striking is very crisp with her hands. And even though Rincon has some great kicks and she showed some great overhands, she probably wants to control Norton's hands. Nice elbow over the top.
Now working the body is Norton. Into space, hard right hand. Rincon trying to circle away.
Norton's doing a nice job of controlling space right there.
Nice right hand and a kick to the body by Norton.
Another big right.
Yaya in trouble, trying to grab the head here of Norton. Norton coming alive with some more punches. I don't know if it was a slip there, but Rincon trying to capitalize.
If that was a slip, that was a dramatic slip. She may have gotten hit with an uppercut right there. I'd love to see that replay. Now Rincon has got her pushed up against the cage. She's around the head though, which gives Norton again the opportunity to kind of push on the hip, push on the head, get herself off the cage. Nice overhand there by Rincon.
Really loading up on that right hand is Norton. If she was hurt, still very much in this fight, moving forward.
You can see blood on the face of Rincon, right underneath her eye.
Nice shot to the body, now going high with the right hands is Norton. Left hand finds a home. Rincon in trouble.
She's stumbling and she's circling to her right, TJ, which is not a great idea against somebody with such a big right hand. But Rincon's right hand is solid in itself. I don't like the way she lets herself get square on the cage there, though. And you can see Norton setting up that forearm, trying to get that strike there, try to create the space for those knees to land.
Norton really taking over in the final minute of this round.
Rincon using her leg to try to control the hips.
Wow. Fun 5 minutes to open this one. Autumn Norton said she was going to be aggressive, and aggressive she was. A lot of people say that ring rust is a thing. Well, that's a round that will get you back to active competition in a big way.
It really is, and you know that toughness is totally on display right now.
Fans appreciating it on Twitter, at Invicta Fights, hashtag Invicta FC 38.
big, long kicks to try to control the range there, keep Norton at bay.
Nice kick finds a home there for Rincon. Do you think it'd be wise for Rincon to fire off those leg kicks and try to maybe, stop the movement of Norton, who keeps pressing forward?
Cautiously, TJ, because if she does open with only leg kicks, she's leaving her head really exposed for that right hand. I think throwing hands in front of them and throwing a lot of leg kicks, that inside leg kick, oh, nice stop there. That check was really nice.
Norton trying to pass the guard. Not willing to let Rincon up as of yet is Autumn Norton.
And you can see Rincon is targeting those kind of straight attacks to the knee, making sure she's staying on her guard. Good way to keep your opponent, keep their knees bent and keep them away a little bit. I like these fakes from Norton from the top. But Rincon attacking the legs is really, really smart right there, attacking the knees straight on, and kind of these axe kicks make it hard for Norton to find her pass.
Nick Barron's letting these ladies work here. Norton really not disengaging, looking like she's going to progress the position.
Well, they're both landing. Well, I wouldn't say they're both landing. I would say they're both being aggressive right here, TJ. It does seem that the kicks that are primarily landing were those stomp kicks, because Norton times it, gets over the top, and is inside control now.
Big elbows here by Norton. Rincon needs to move.
She's trying to set up a frame there and is able to get to half guard. You can see Norton still in a great position to land those left elbows. Now she's throwing to the body, but it's the left elbow.
Cut there over the eye of Rincon. Got to believe that's from the elbow of Autumn Norton.
And Rincon is using her legs. She's trying to push and kind of push the hips away of Norton so that Norton can't get enough pressure for those elbows, but unfortunately she's in a great position to keep landing hard elbows right there.
A lot of fighters prefer this half guard position for ground and pound.
Yeah, well, I guess Norton wanted to pass there, but it would have been a great opportunity for her to continue. And now she's let herself get a little bit too extended there. Got her arm out, but she was almost at risk for an armbar there.
Hard right hand there finds a home from Norton. The blood flowing from Rincon. Norton back to the standing position.
Rincon active legs again.
We saw Kay Hansen in a fight earlier this year where she was able to sweep the leg out from her opponent that was kicking at her. We'll see if Rincon has anything like that, but Norton now back into the guard here of Rincon.
And that's where you need to be, all the way in or all the way out when somebody's got active legs in the guard. Really hard ground and pound right there, and I like her positioning, keeping Rincon parallel to the cage so that it's hard for her to get the momentum to swing for an armbar. Now her head is to the cage. Rincon can disengage here if she wants to and try to work her way up, but she will kind of risk getting hit again.
Offensive-minded is Autumn Norton. Some left hands to the body.
You can see I think she's really loving that elbow, but Rincon's trying to set an armbar up now here. She's got a little bit of an extension there. Norton's got to be pretty careful. She's now triangling her legs. I can't quite see the angle, but she might be trying to throw a sweep and pull her over the top, TJ. Might be, I can't see the angle. I don't know where her head is right there. Nice pass there from Autumn Norton.
Rincon now turtled in, trying to grab at the legs here of Norton. Less than a minute remaining here in round number 2.
You can see she's grabbing at the legs, but Norton's controlling the belly. She's wrapped around there controlling the head and spinning around. That's what that's going to set up. Beautiful little strikes there.
Nice into the body there by Autumn Norton. The aggression on display by Reno's Autumn Norton.
We're seeing that knee drop right there on the head to control position. Leaning up against the cage. You can see this Yaya can try to set up a sweep. She can try to set up something with her legs there, but it's going to be hard for her to do with the lack of space. She's got to get real momentum to kind of toss Norton over.
15 seconds!
Got to believe for Rincon, if she's able just to induce a scramble to get out of this position, that would be a huge win. Final seconds here of round number 2.
And I have a feeling that Norton's hips are so hard right there. Going for a knee bar sweep or anything like that would be pretty hard to do because of the way her momentum is settled.
Solid 5 minutes of work from Autumn Norton. Yaya Rincon, battered and bloodied, but still not out of this. She walks back to her corner. Third and final round, Autumn Norton and Yaya Rincon.
And we saw some really pretty footwork stuff going on with Autumn Norton last time, boxing-wise, a lot of shuffling. I'm wondering if she's going to be doing that in this fight. She did get very comfortable in her third round of her last outing here, but she's been comfortable this entire fight, so I want to see what she does with her feet here.
Victoria Leonardo, one of our Invicta FC athletes, checking in on Twitter. Love to see that. At Invicta Fights, at TJ DeSantis, at JulesK_fighter, hashtag Invicta FC 38.
We know Yaya Rincon has striking. We know she has some heavy, heavy kicks and heavy hands. Good leg kick right there. I'd like to see a little bit more of that on display, but she's giving up real estate. She's letting herself be pushed up against the cage, if not completely touching the cage. Now she is. It's not giving her a great opportunity to open up those strikes.
That's it.
Nice right hand, finds a home for Autumn Norton.
Left hand up, Autumn. Left hand up.
Kick to the lead leg again by Rincon.
Center of the cage.
I'm liking those kicks a lot. I wish she'd follow with some hands.
Rincon coming forward, but largely with just one strike at a time.
And it could be she's cautious of that counter right hand, which has had so much success for Norton tonight. But, you know, Norton is really controlling real estate here. That's something that weighs heavily, I think, with judges watching, you know, where somebody is in a cage. And I wonder if that's something because she was kind of on her back her last outing. I wonder, you know, she's like, okay, I'm going to show control in the cage by pushing forward more.
Norton said she put an emphasis on setting the tone and setting the pace, and she has done that, but Rincon, still very game, wants to try to get back in this fight in this third round.
Yeah, and that was a very pretty jump roundhouse kick. Could have had some nice snap on it, but just not quite there in range to hit the jaw and neck.
Caught though there by Norton. Rincon to her back. We saw this in the second round, and you saw Rincon trying to get to the fence, maybe try to stand, but Norton staying relentless, not letting her free. Nice right hand there.
And she knows controlling those legs of Rincon is going to be controlling the position here, and that's where she's going to get the best shots. The ref, I think he warned her against dropping the knee on the head, but it can be posted on the head. That is legal.
We saw that in the Tanya Evinger-Yana Kunitskaya fight, have a misinterpretation by the referees.
And Yaya Rincon was throwing right elbows at a really interesting angle there while we were talking, PJ, kind of just those straight vertical elbows. Wasn't able to get that much success with them, but now she's pushed up against the cage. She's a little bit too extended, so you can see she's trying to get position with her legs as Autumn Norton pushes with her hips and looks for strikes.
Half guard here for Rincon. And the posture here by Autumn Norton really doesn't let Rincon try to, you know, induce a scramble or really move from underneath her.
It doesn't, but it also puts her in a position that she could actually be easily tilted if she's not too careful. I like that she spread her knees right there. That's going to be important for controlling that base. She has Rincon. I like these little shots. They're very nice because Rincon using her left arm to kind of set that structure against the head and keep her from fully extending. Norton seems content to kind of push and settle her out, push and settle her out. A lot more blood coming from the face of Rincon now.
Touch over a minute remaining here in this third and final round. Elbow to the body again by Norton.
And you can see Rincon's trying to use her legs to, again, set up a position to try to get Autumn Norton off of her. Norton's, again, spreading, kind of reading that, and really putting pressure. That downward pressure is very annoying to the person on the bottom, especially with the cage there, because you've got that lateral pressure and that downward pressure, and it's a hard position to get out of. You can see Rincon's trying to use her left leg as a brace and push on the chest a little bit, try to create more space with that. If she swings her legs around, she will be able to get to a better position, but she'll get risk hitting straight on. Nice insertion of that left foot, and yeah. And again, with Autumn Norton, it's going to be all the way in, all the way out. The ref apparently likes it all the way out.
Norton disengaged there, allowed Rincon back to the feet. Final seconds here of the fight.
You can see Rincon still game, still ready to throw.
15 minutes in the books. Autumn Norton said that she wanted to be aggressive, and we really saw that. She took over the fight in the second round, and just solid stuff by the Nevada native.
Solid stuff. A lot of good sportsmanship between the two fighters. You know, I think a lot of admiration for each other coming into this fight, which they took on 2 weeks' notice. That's a hard thing to do, and hence both of them fighting one weight class above what they're used to.
Ladies and gentlemen, the judges are in unanimous opinion. Judge Kevin Champion, Judge Greg DeVilbiss, and Judge Stephen Graham all call it 30-26. Your winner in the blue corner, Autumn the Natural Norton.
Autumn Norton getting it done. A unanimous decision goes her way tonight here in Kansas City. TJ DeSantis, Julie Kedzie, Memorial Hall, Kansas City, Kansas. We are underway. Strawweight Championship on the line. Murata in the orange, Ducote in the purple. Murata did not wait long in her Invicta FC debut, dragging the fight to the floor. She said that she was interested in showing off her kickboxing skills. We'll see if that is the case here early.
And I'm actually excited to see that. But of course, I'm very excited to see, you know, her wrestling, which is just like such a pedigree in wrestling, national champion, and the speed with which she's able to execute takedowns and take other fighters' backs is just incredible. And this is where Ducote has to be very measured. She has to find her shots just against Janessa Morange, and had a pace. She's a pace setter. You know, she moves. There's a lot of frenetic energy. And Ducote stayed very calm there and found her shots. That's exactly the mentality she needs to have here as well. Keep things on her feet and find that hard shot, find that combo.
Murata said she likes to challenge people at what they are best at and to play their game, obviously coming from a wrestling base, but she likes to one-up people at what their game really is. And now she feints that takedown. Now commits to it a bit more. In the clinch here, Ducote staying upright for the time being. Double underhooks here for Murata.
You can see Murata will chain one technique or one fake to another. I like those triple tens. Oh, just kind of slides down that lateral. She's tied up now on the back. She's got a figure four on the legs, and this is where Ducote has to really fight those hands, make sure she gets her back free, and she gets to a position where she can have a strong base to turn and hit again.
We talk about the wrestling pedigree of Kanako Murata. Just as impressive is her ability to take the back. It's one thing to wrestle and drag people to the floor. It's another thing to advance positionally. And Murata was on the back for a brief moment, but Ducote able to hit back into her now. Quick attempt again at the back, and Ducote able to stifle the progression there. Now back in space.
And very nice defense there from Ducote. What was interesting about Murata's positioning is that she was controlling the wrists, TJ. She was trying to kind of keep control of Ducote's hands because she knew Ducote's hands would, in certain positions, are going to give her a lot of trouble. And also, she's got some pretty vicious elbows, Ducote.
Now in on that takedown is Murata. Able to get it full guard here. We'll see what Ducote has off of her back.
You can see Ducote wrapping up that arm, keeping that overhook as Murata pushes her to the cage. Trying to keep kind of that smothering wrestling pressure.
Armbar upcoming here for Emily Ducote. That is in.
That was really well done, TJ.
Murata biding her time. Ducote bails on it.
Yeah, she transitioned right over, not even going to the triangle there, just right back to full guard. Murata's trying for some elbows over the top while Ducote tries to wrap up those hands and kind of keep control of the wrist. Tonight's been a real wrist game in terms of control.
And while that submission wasn't locked up entirely, you know that's going to be in the back of the mind of Kanako Murata. She can't get too comfortable inside the guard of Emily Ducote.
Absolutely.
90 seconds left here in round number one.
And you can see how Ducote was able to get that angle. She uses the cage to help switch her hips over and then climb that other leg underneath so that it's in a parallel, or excuse me, perpendicular position to Murata on top. That will level things out and either set her up for that submission or for sweeps. Murata's reading that, but she is offering a little bit of space there with her hips. She's offering kind of for that submission to take place.
Ducote able to get that scramble. Now back at the feet, clinch up against the fence. Trying to go for a throw. Is Murata able to drag her to the floor?
You can see when Ducote shifted her hips back to avoid getting tossed, Murata turned into her a little bit, turned her knee in and was able to just kind of almost sit on it. Nicely done. Tries to wrap up a triangle, goes again for that armbar, Ducote.
Chaining submissions is Oklahoma's Emily Ducote. Murata definitely has to respect it. Less than 20 seconds left in this opening round.
Murata staying patient herself, keeping her hips forward, keeping pressure so that Ducote can't lock it completely on. Ducote's switching kind of from that triangle, armbar to triangle positioning right there.
Round 2 underway.
And again, starting with that frenetic energy, starting with that big pace, a lot of fakes, a lot of level changes from Murata.
Murata trained at CSA for this camp here in the States. She said that the camp has a reputation for making wrestlers really good strikers, and she wanted to capitalize on that.
Let that body kick go.
You saw the hands of Ducote on display in that initial debut where she knocked out Janessa Marangi. You talk about that composure. She really bided her time and made the most of the opportunity and didn't get too aggressive when it came either.
Yeah, and that's a really smart thing. That's a really hard thing to train with people. Whoa, nice little, I don't know if that was a trip or a drop there. But yeah, to see that shot, she has very good vision when it comes to getting the hard shot. And she doesn't waste energy.
High kick by Murata.
Oof, nicely done. Murata Ducote threw that kick and Murata followed it through, but Murata was unable to get her all the way to the floor, and now they're up against the cage for this fight. More of these kind of, nicely done, Ducote.
That was a big statement there by Emily Ducote to stay on her feet and just push Murata away. Again, we mentioned Murata's wrestling pedigree, a national champion in Japan. She's parlayed that into a very difficult offensive attack in mixed martial arts.
And she has to keep that up, TJ. She has to keep Ducote guessing, because Ducote's ability to see the shots is, again, one of her strengths. Her ability to defend against the takedowns there is very impressive as well.
Solid kick, finds a home for Ducote. Right hand to the body. Superman punch there by Murata.
Murata kind of got winged in the neck a little bit there and then hit with the right again.
Past the halfway point of round number 2.
Touch, Kanako.
Another kick finds a home to the lead leg of Murata. Uppercut, combination there for Murata.
She's really trying to stay on her toes. She's trying to stay bouncing and find those shots, but she's really not getting that clear entry yet into those takedowns again. I think she wants Ducote to commit to something so she can get underneath it for the double leg.
Nice takedown there for Murata.
And she is able to get the double leg right there. You can see a lot of swelling on the head of Ducote, on her forehead and a little bit on her cheek as well. Now from here, you know, she's again moving to get herself into a position where she can use the cage, she's grabbing the cage, using the cage to get to her feet or get to where she can set up a submission. She's got very nice hips, as we saw in the first round.
Murata stacking in the guard here. Tries to come over the top with an elbow, but Ducote trying to get that armbar position once again.
And that is the danger of stacking, of, you know, having your head down and your butt up kind of in that position. You are giving up an ability, or you're giving your opponent the ability to move their hips quickly. Nice shot.
Left hand there by Murata. Another left hand grazes the chin, back into the guard.
You can see Ducote trying to set up that triangle now, keeping control of the wrist in that high guard, and again, switching her hips over. Foot is over the head for that armbar.
Murata defending. Looked like the elbow was about to clear. Ducote may have got the position back in, but now goes by the wayside. Kanako Murata landing some left hand, strawweight title on the line, 10 seconds left in round number 2 of our main event.
You know, and it's a risky thing when your arm is trapped to kind of posture up and try to hit with the other one, but she has so far not been subbed by those arm bars, been put into those positions but not subbed. So perhaps she's, one of the things she said in the past is the reason she likes to choke girls instead of trying arm bar submissions or leg locks on them is because girls are really flexible. We're going into the third round right now, going into championship rounds. You got to think she's going to draw on that wrestling kind of composure, but Ducote's been in 5-round fights.
Ducote talked about this fight taking place in really all areas. She knew that she had a game plan and wanted to follow as such, but she also knew that she was going to have to really be successful in every area, even when she was fighting Murata's style of fight, and so far so good. I mean, both athletes have really been testing each other's well-rounded game.
They have. It's, I mean, each one has an answer for what the other one throws. Very tactical fight.
Which is a testament to, I think, both of these ladies fighting for an Invicta FC title in just their second promotional appearance. This was scheduled to be our co-main event, elevated to the main event. Big opportunity, strawweight title on the line. High kick by Ducote.
You can see a lot of fakes and feints going on there. You know, again, Murata's looking for those openings, looking for those strikes, and Ducote's staying very patient, trying to rattle off kind of the one shot at a time.
A lot of respect here in round number 3. Different pace of the action than we saw in the first 2 rounds.
Different pace, but really interesting adjustments in footwork, TJ. Watching the way Ducote's kind of outstepping Murata's front foot and driving her backwards. She's trying to establish her control of the center, and she has established her control of the center of the ring, or cage, as it is. But, you know, Murata, again, looking for those openings and not really committing to any of those punches. But again, trying not to make her head too much of a target, staying on a bounce.
Ducote marching forward, right hand finds a home, followed up by a left.
And I'm liking that. I think the cross to the hook is going to work extremely well for Ducote as a combo, especially later on.
Seems like Murata is much more content to counter in this 3rd round and let Ducote kind of dictate the action on the feet a little bit.
She is, and I wonder if it's the trademark of somebody who has such explosive wrestling. You know, just kind of allowing things to unfold and then finding that opening and really jumping in on it.
Sees the opportunity, tries to get the takedown. Ducote shutting it down. Has a nice knee to the body.
Ducote's physicality and her takedown defense is really impressive, TJ.
Well, Ducote isn't a national wrestling champion. She did wrestle in high school, and there's a bit of an equalizer at times in mixed martial arts when it comes to grappling, and your credentials on paper of pure wrestling, it does get evened out a little bit when punches and kicks are involved.
Oh, it certainly does. I think striking is, the factor that that really, I mean, that's what changes how you can wrestle, how you can do jiu-jitsu, is where you're going to get hit. You're not going to be rolling for that many leg locks if you're giving up top position and getting elbowed in the face. Of course, neither one of them has done that yet, but just for an example.
We still got some time.
Yeah.
90 seconds left in round number 3. Been a round where Ducote has been in the center of the octagon primarily. Murata coming forward again, feigning a takedown, going for it, but Ducote.
Oh, goodness.
Beautifully done there, but Ducote's still not down.
She just switches her hips and gets right back up. You know what I liked earlier in some of these exchanges? Murata threw an elbow hard after the takedown attempt. I really do think her power shots are going to land after those takedown attempts when Ducote's trying to kind of find her counter, but she's concentrating on her hips, not her hands.
That takedown defense, got to grow the confidence of Emily Ducote as this fight progresses. Less than a minute remaining in round number 3. Combination of punches by Ducote. Single leg attempts here by Murata. Nicely done.
And as soon as she gets through the ground, Ducote moves her hips, wraps up that guard, and keeps her from, getting too aggressive in terms of positional dominance.
Trying for some elbows is Murata, but see Ducote again trying to cut that angle, trying to attack the right arm of Kanako.
And I think it's a good strategy because of Murata keeps her weight kind of spread out so much, looking to move and pass the guard, but also with that underhook, it does give up the ability to, or it gives Ducote the ability to wrap up for an armbar.
3 rounds in the books. We are headed to the championship rounds. 4th round underway, strawweight title fight, Kanako Murata and Emily Ducote.
Nicely done.
Ducote able to get that leg free.
She was, you just have to completely, fully commit to that secondary takedown, I think, with her, but I do really like the way Murata set that up with a strike.
We saw this pace a bit in the 3rd round where Ducote was sort of the aggressor standing in the center of the octagon. Murata was content to play the perimeter and sort of wait for her opportunity. Throws a kick there.
Yeah, I don't know that waiting does actually pay as many dividends in fights. I mean, she does get those takedowns, but she's getting hit. And of course, so is Ducote. You can see the visible damage on her face, but it's, I don't know, it's, when things are this tactical, nice flurry there from Ducote. When things are this tactical, you really have to take advantage. I'd like to see Murata try for some more back takes again.
Like you said, you never really know what the judges are scoring either. While she does get the takedown, Ducote is very active off of her back, trying to get those arm bars, and you never really want to leave anything left on the table in a championship fight.
You don't, and Ducote is also doing, I think, on her feet more damage in terms of, or racking up maybe more points. We're seeing a lot more strikes land from her than with Murata.
Kanako talked about trying to showcase her kickboxing, but at one point or another, we'll see if she tries to go into that full, wrestling mode and try to, as you said, take the back and try to progress position on the floor. That's what she's known for. She's made a career out of it.
Nice
It's a head kick there, though, by Ducote. Over the top with a left hand from Murata. Didn't find a home.
Didn't find a home, but there was a lot of power in that. I think she's really going to start loading up those strikes more. And, yeah, look for damaging shots on her feet. Again, I'd love to see that, that hard left hand leading into that takedown.
Didn't really set that takedown up, and Ducote was wise to it.
And I like the way she kept her, beautiful kick.
Landed with the foot.
And when Ducote's getting her hips out, she's also framing with her elbows. Nicely done.
A couple of punches really finding a home. Another right hand for Ducote. Murata still marching. Light on her feet, eats a kick to the body. And on a takedown, Ducote has been successful defensively various times tonight.
Ooh, beautiful.
That is high-level wrestling there by Kanako Murata, but a scramble. Able to secure the position, but we see Ducote trying to bring that guard high. Murata gets that takedown, but again, not out of danger.
Not out of danger at all. In fact, you know, that was actually really high level, really gorgeous takedown. And then Ducote's ability to kind of isolate, like she does with striking, isolate a limb and hold on to it and reestablish a position is really a great way to counter that, a great way to shut it down.
Touch over a minute here remaining in round number 4, and this is where you wonder what the judges score. If Kanako is able to stay in this position for the rest of the round, is that enough to win the round? Ducote has had some success on the feet, and also, again, we see her trying to bring that guard high and be offensive-minded off her back.
Yeah, she's wrapping up that high guard. Nice little elbow to the inside, answered by an elbow from Murata. But again, armbar attempt, locked on, pretty strong there. Murata's keeping her hands
there. Belly down
like
goes Ducote. Murata able to step over, nicely done. But again, Ducote right on the attack.
And Murata's, you know, her defense is very, very good. Her submission defense is very good, but Ducote stays on these things. Again, an armbar attack.
Murata very confident in these positions.
Oof, big up kicks, TJ. Oh.
Cartwheel guard pass attempted there by Murata, but Ducote was able to grab the heel and trip her up and induce a scramble, get back to almost her feet. Now trying to get on the back of Kanako Murata.
So much fun.
5th and final round. Emily Ducote, Kanako Murata, our main event for the Strawweight Championship. We'll see if Murata turns up the tempo with the takedowns here. Really have no idea where this fight is at on the judges' scorecards.
And I think Murata has some serious power in those strikes, TJ. She's not just really chaining them together maybe enough like she chains her takedowns. Ducote, on the other hand, you know, we know that she hits super, super hard, and her one-shot attacks are very accurately placed.
Superman punch attempted again by Murata. Kick to the body, attempted to be caught there by Murata, but Ducote able to get free. Got to believe that both athletes are very urgent here to sort of solidify this round for themselves.
You can see Murata's breathing out of her mouth. Her mouth is quite open now, and she's taking her breaths. That can be a dangerous thing to do against a knockout artist. Ducote's still staying fairly composed. She's breathing pretty heavily too, but her focus on a nice inside kick.
We've seen Ducote go 25 minutes in the past, so this is not completely foreign to her. Now Murata in on a single leg. Sprawl for the time being is Ducote. Nicely done.
And Murata, that was really nice with the single leg to the double leg. Ducote got out of it, and Murata ate a pretty hard right hand in that.
We talk about adjustments. Ducote has made some really great adjustments when it comes to wrestling defensively. In the first round, she was taken down, had her back taken a bit, at least was allowing Murata to play more of her game, but Ducote has largely shut that down a lot. I mean, Murata's gotten takedowns, but
big right hand.
Hard right hand.
She shut it down. She's not tried for many of her own takedown attempts. Another big right hand.
Murata may be in a bit of trouble. Looks to be a little bit wobbly on her feet. Ducote showing that composure, not getting too aggressive, not opening up a takedown, trying to follow up.
Yeah, she's so measured, TJ. Nice shot in there from Murata.
Grabs the leg there of Ducote, trying to wrestle her to the floor. She does.
And that's the thing, is you can't get complacent at any time when it comes to Murata's takedowns. She will, she'll just go for them over and over and over again.
Murata has that wrestling mentality. It's a sport of grinders, and she's been able to grind through some precarious situations. Now again, close guard for Emily Ducote.
And you can see Murata trying to control the hands, control the biceps, again, stacking in a position that gives up that armbar, but Ducote reached under her leg with that arm, trying to set up that sweep, and Murata is able to ride it out.
Hard to get someone like Kanako Murata off balance with her wrestling pedigree. High guard here for Emily Ducote. Stacking again, going back to her knees. It's Murata. Active off her back with these strikes is Emily Ducote.
She is, and she's also pushing on the head before she sets him up. Oh,
Belly
again.
down. She's in business with this
Big
armbar.
armbar.
Kanako Murata trying to will her way through it.
And, I mean, she doesn't appear to be close to tapping. It spins around. Man, it's still extended, though, TJ, to somewhat. At least she's keeping control of that arm. Oh, I like the way it's turned in a little bit. Ducote looking for that secondary triangle.
Wow, Kanako Murata
Oh,
survives a serious armbar attempt. It'll be interesting to hear what she
Big
says.
elbow.
If any of these were close, because Emily Ducote has put her in this armbar multiple times.
She really has, and I think what's kind of impressive about all of that is she, you know, the secondary stuff that she's going for, but Murata's almost letting the leg lock attempt happen right here. She's trying to find control. I think she's just really trying to find a hard top position. She's landing in the guard, but she's not landing super powerful shots to shut down Ducote. Now, Ducote can get that heel hook if she wants it. Murata sits back for her own leg lock attempt.
Nicely done by Emily Ducote. Back to her feet. 15 seconds left in this championship fight.
Wow. Big power there from Murata. And Ducote shuts down that takedown attempt again, sprawled out on top.
25 minutes in the books between Kanako Murata and Emily Ducote. The judges will decide who the new strawweight champion is.
Ladies and gentlemen, having this championship fight going the distance, the scores are as follows. Judge Kevin Champion scores the fight 48-47 in the red corner. Judge Greg DeVilbiss scores the matchup 48-47 for the blue corner. Judge Stephen Graham scores the fight 49-46. Your winner by split decision and new strawweight champion from the red corner, Kanako Murata.
Kanako Murata gets it done. A split decision. Mincer, the new Invicta FC strawweight champion. Lisa Verzosa and Carrie Kenison. TJ DeSantis, Julie Kedzie, Memorial Hall, Kansas City, Kansas, for Invicta FC 38. Kick to the lead leg of Verzosa by Kenison.
Kenison starting with a very low stance here.
Kenison talked about dealing with her first loss of her pro career, been working with a mindset coach between these last two fights.
A right hand there from Verzosa. You can see Verzosa always looks for the counter in just a really calculated way. Her head will kind of move to the side. She'll slip and then she'll hit. Wasn't quite as successful in that exchange there, though. Kenison was able to get a nice little uppercut in.
A lot of head movement here by both athletes. Boxing here early. Verzosa goes to the body with that left hand.
Oh, wow.
Drops her there with the right hand, I think. Now, Kenison trying to take advantage, half guard here. Nicely done by Carrie Kenison.
Great state of mind to go right into a top controlled position like that.
Verzosa trying to induce a scramble to get back to her feet.
I'm surprised she was able to get to her feet just grabbing the head like that. And you know, her hips are very good. She's got good awareness of her legs. She's starting to mouse up under her right eye there.
Nice right hand off the break there by Kenison. Kenison said she wanted to get into that scary carry mindset, but it's Verzosa trying to march forward.
And I like the way they're off-centering their heads, or offsetting their heads when they're throwing those punches. It makes it hard to counter at times. Big kick there.
Still aggressive here is Verzosa marching forward. Kenison content to stand on the perimeter of the octagon and try to counter.
And again, I'm liking her low stance there, TJ. I think it's giving her more opportunities to hit the shorter fighter and create a little bit more power. Nice left.
Really loading up on those punches is Kenison. Verzosa not unfamiliar with a fight like this. She's been in wars in the past and obviously still very content to engage here, not really changing her game plan up after getting dropped early.
No, and she's staying on the outside still. She's kind of doing that snake charmer head movement that she likes to do before throwing shots or while throwing shots, and really looking for the knockouts here.
Halfway point of this first round. Now in the clinch.
You can see Kenison was wrapped around the head. Her corner's telling her to get off the head. She's wrapped up around her own wrist there to kind of slow the momentum and get an underhook, but Verzosa's out again on the outside. It's hard to be dangerous when you're the one putting your back to the cage, but it's a good skill to have.
To the head movement of Verzosa, what is she looking for when she does that?
I think she's looking for elbows, honestly, TJ. I think her arms are so long that she's looking for that one shot that's going to open up an overhand or an elbow on the shorter fighter.
Comes high with the kick, does Kenison. Flurry of punches there.
And Verzosa's taking some deep breaths here. I know that she's winded, but she maybe, things aren't going quite according to plan yet.
She's found herself in a fight here in this first round. High kick missed by Kenison, answered with a low kick by Verzosa.
That was a nice kick return. She didn't really commit onto that. She could have gotten a little more power, I think, in that low kick, but I think she really does trust in her punches, TJ. Oh, big body shot.
Verzosa landed a right hand off that combination from Kenison.
I admire. They're both very laser focused on finding the exact angle to hit from TJ.
Both athletes believe that this was a significant fight as far as the hierarchy is concerned here at 135. Let's kick to the body there by Kenison. Doubling up on that jab is Verzosa.
And Kenison is able to kind of move and switch stances too and still create power from each stance. Nice there. Verzosa had a nice awareness in that first exchange of getting right back out. Ooh, beautiful angle there from Kenison.
Both ladies really biting down on the mouthpiece and throwing punches. Final 10 seconds of round number one.
Double leg attempt and a reversal there by Verzosa. Now she's on top.
Round two underway.
Verzosa pushing forward again. Kenison using her range to try to hit off of those jab crosses, try to split the middle. Good inside leg kick. Oh,
nice.
Nice.
That landing a moment ago, that's going to make Verzosa think about it in the future.
Well, it is, and she gives up quite a bit of reach to the taller fighters. So those when Kenison throws those kicks, it's going to make her second guess her shuffling in or her jabbing her way in for the power shot.
Still doesn't halt the forward momentum by Verzosa, who lands a nice punch. Kenison now trying to close the distance, get in the clinch.
Big hard shots there from Verzosa, and Kenison clinching up, able to throw some of her own, but she got a little wobble there. Still able to throw with power though.
The Battle Angel coming alive. Hard shots to the body.
Wow.
Kenison still reaching out though, trying to move away. The corner of Verzosa telling her to keep her there. Nice right hand, finds a home again. Kenison able to get the plum.
She's got the plum, but you know, with some risk. I mean, she got hit over the top with it, and she's not using it to really push it. She's kind of trying to get her angle, get her knee. She really needs to disengage. That was a nice elbow over the top. Again, I think Kenison's been looking for those elbows tonight, TJ. I think she's really been looking to split Verzosa, but Verzosa's having some nice, or was having some very nice moments there. Good jab off of that attempt.
Undeterred are both of these athletes, despite taking some punishment. But it's Verzosa again stalking Kenison. Kenison goes southpaw.
And Verzosa's got quite a bit of blood on her face right now, TJ. Nice kick there. I really like that kick to a switch stance. I think that's smart. I'm trying to see where Kenison's injury is, and I think, or not injury, but maybe the cut is. I think it's on the lips. I think her lip is cut. And it might have been from that front kick, actually, and it's starting to really swell up now. Ooh.
Nice combination there by Kenison.
Yeah, Kenison marched right forward to that. She got hit a little bit at the end, but she definitely landed her shot. I think coming forward is smart for her at this point.
Big flurry of action here now into the clinch.
She's wrapping him around the head. That gave Verzosa the ability to throw that liver knee. Now she's throwing knees to the inside. Kenison's she's pulling her over her. They could set up some takedowns, some trips, but it's really, she's got to be super, super careful about that because she's actually kind of giving up position that way, and she's also giving up head position by being wrapped over. She's using that right underhook to kind of turn the momentum, turn it over, but she's eating knees.
Loaded up on the elbow there on the break. Verzosa evaded, now bit at space. Changing punches once again. Very measured with their attacks.
Measured, but you know, you can see there's Verzosa's kind of like, I mean, Battle Angel, yes, but also kind of like a Terminator. She just moves forward. She just really wants, you know, sways her head a little bit, moves forward, really tries to find those big shots. And Kenison's, her energy's a little bit more frenetic. Nice kick there. I think kicks on that side are going to pay her dividends. You can see Verzosa drops her right hand just slightly. I think setting that up with a hook and then throwing that high left kick would do well for her. But again, Kenison, she always has to watch out for, oh, I almost said Spangler. She's got to watch out for Verzosa's very, very hard power shots and her strength.
Kenison been throwing those kicks to the body. We see Verzosa kind of protecting her body with her forearms a little bit more here in the last couple of kick attempts. Now exchanging with punches is Kenison.
And I think that's a really nice way to set up a head kick knockout, is to, you know, attack the body, attack the legs, get somebody dropping their hands a little bit, and then come up top.
Combination there by Verzosa. Kick to the body again by Kenison. Under 30 seconds here in round number 2.
Verzosa's battle instinct is incredibly strong. You can see when she's moving in there, she's trying to find exactly the angle to throw the hardest hook. I like the level changes coming from Kenison, though. And there's that high kick attempt.
Kenison goes southpaw and then throws hard with that leg kick. She goes for that takedown again in the final moments of the round. 10 minutes in the books between these bantamweights. Tonight is shaping up as really a great fight night. This is not disappointing. Third and final round underway. Carrie Kenison, Lisa Verzosa. And again, Verzosa immediately back to the center of the octagon.
Ooh, another front kick. Verzosa flurries in. And she's definitely aware of Kenison's longer reach. You know, she's trying to time things so that she's hitting and moving away or moving to the side, but she's still got that forward pressure.
Kenison firing with kicks. Jab by Verzosa.
I'd like to see a little bit more of a hook punch coming there from Verzosa. I think, you know, and when she's getting Kenison moving to her right, she's going to set up that nice hook to her right hand. But Kenison's, you know, stance switching is does work in her favor for that. Good jab, using a little bit of the head movement there. Kenison staying bouncy. Nice outside leg kick.
Verzosa doing a good job at cutting off the movement of Kenison. Kenison isn't able to really get away from the perimeter of the octagon.
She is, and she's also, it keeps her more square, TJ. It does make it harder to kind of set up the shots that could come from pivoting hard. Ooh, big right hand
Nice
there.
right hand, absolutely, by Verzosa.
And there's that hook cross I'm talking about. I think she'll have success with that. Nice elbow as she blocks out that double leg. And Kenison's straight shots, those front kicks and those inside leg kicks, those are really helpful, but I think targeting the body now instead of the face is going to be helpful for those.
Combination of punches there by Kenison.
And I like that she went kind of head on that, but she ate a right hand because of it. That explosive kind of movement in, if she would just stay in and turn a corner.
Nice jab, finds a home by Kenison.
Yeah, neither one seems very tired by this. They still got some real pop in their hands and legs here.
Tommy Tohol checking in on Twitter. He's always watching Invicta, and we always appreciate it. At Invicta Fights, at TJ DeSantis, at JulesK_fighter.
I like the way earlier Verzosa timed that leg kick off of the failed head kick. There's a big mouse developing on the side of Kenison's left eye. I don't know if you can see that.
Combination of the body by Kenison.
Still landing, trying to move forward a little bit more. I think that's a smart thing to do. Verzosa, wow, her head snapped on that one, and she just kept that pressure.
That's something we've seen here in Kansas. The judges really favor aggression in fights, and if this fight goes another 90 seconds and some change, we'll see what the judges value here tonight. But right now, Verzosa still marching forward, finding a right hand.
And she's timing it such that, even though Kenison is hitting hard and she's having success with her strikes, Verzosa's landing right after those strikes, which is a hard thing to do in timing, strike off the strike. Both of them just kind of eating shots, too, at
What
times.
a fight this has been, and you mentioned just both eating shots, both giving them right back.
Yeah, it's a helpful skill to not mind getting hit as a fighter. Maybe not one for longevity, but it is a very helpful skill, and it does throw another person off.
It gets you fight of the night bonuses as well.
Oh, big hook.
Nice right hand as well by Verzosa. Less than a minute remaining in the fight.
Yeah, Kenison is keeping her hands up, but she's kind of throwing one shot at a time now, and Verzosa's able to interrupt that. Ooh,
It might be hurt to the body. Here's Kenison.
Oh, that hurt her.
Verzosa attacking it. Kenison goes for the takedown.
Oh, nicely done doubling up on that with Kenison. Her head is trapped now. She's in a guillotine. And you can see Verzosa putting a lot of pressure on that. A lot of blood coming from the left eye of Verzosa as well. You can see trying to control that head, trying to sink that choke in and get the right leverage. Kenison's fighting against it. Oh, I like the way she turned her head. And I don't think she's being choked just now, TJ. I think it's more of a wrench or a crank. Nice hook!
Oh, but look at Verzosa. Able to scramble now back to the feet.
Wow.
Final 10 seconds.
Holy cow, TJ, this is a war! No! With the bell didn't ring. What are you doing?
A bantamweight brawl. 15 minutes in the books. The Battle Angel, Lisa Verzosa, Scary Carrie Kenison. Judges will have their hands full.
Ladies and gentlemen, having gone the distance, the judges' scores are as follows. By unanimous decision, Judge Kevin Champion, Judge Greg DeVilbiss, and Judge Stephen Graham call it 29-28. In the red corner, Lisa, the Battle Angel, Verzosa.
TJ DeSantis, Julie Kedzie, Memorial Hall, Kansas City, Kansas, for Invicta FC 38. Touch of gloves, we are underway. Arcio immediately setting up in that traditional sort of karate stance, light on her feet.
Very light on her feet, nice little switch. Her hands are a little bit low.
Martin expected Arcio to try to stick and move. She called it running.
Well, I would say that it's running if it's not successful, but, you know, stick and move is a very good strategy for a fighter. Nice, hard jab right there.
Big punches by Martin, backing up Arcio a bit.
And when you're used to training Muay Thai, many fighters train as Muay Thai as their striking base because it lends itself well to the knees and elbows that you can throw in the cage. But when you're fighting somebody who's stylistically, you know, switching stances, fighting more of a bouncy karate style, it can be off-putting. It can kind of be frustrating at times to find your opening.
Martin able to initiate the clinch now. Arcio.
She's got double underhooks and she's got that leg trap and she's immediately trying to transition into the mount. Arcio.
Half guard here for Martin.
Yep, switches over there. She's in half guard. I can't quite see the hand position. You can see Martin, a brown belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, trying to set up a good platform to hit and submit.
Keep those knees pinched tight. Knees tight.
She's got Arcio parallel to the cage, which can prevent Arcio from using it to get up. You can see Arcio pushing with that left foot, kind of trying to drive in there, get a base so she can switch her hips over. Good shots there from Martin. Arcio's trying to control that wrist. That's a good strategy.
We've really seen Martin have a lot of success with her ground and pound in the past. Very aggressive with her offense here, but putting on pressure as well. It's not fun to be on the bottom of Mallory Martin, even if you're not taking a lot of strikes.
It's not. She's got great hips, and she really likes to hit people. She really likes to do damage there. So Arcio tying up her hands and keeping her from doing what she likes to do the most while she's trying to switch her hips out is smart. And you can see Martin changing her platform, driving over to a more side control position, not maybe fully in with her hips. Again, Arcio's trying to control that opposite wrist and get her back to the cage so she can use it to get to her feet. I like basing on the face like that if you can keep it there. It's a nice way to skid sort of an elbow without having to give up too much forward pressure. Good bicep control there by Arcio.
Arcio trying to get a guard back.
You can see, yep, getting to a position where she can get herself to the cage, reach herself up, and off-balance the other fighter, or the fighter on top. It's a smart strategy from the bottom. I like how Mallory Martin has her face pinned, though. That's smart. It does keep her kind of from attempting to get all the way up and keep that pressure. Now Martin's got her tied up and he's going to the side. That's good in terms of taking her back if Arcio doesn't get a left underhook.
Credit to Arcio, back to her feet. Martin still pushing forward with this pressure, kneeing the thighs of Arcio.
And Martin's head control is very nice right there.
90 seconds remain here in round number one.
And those little knees can kind of keep you from trying to execute big explosive positions. You know, for Arcio, she really kind of has to get that left underhook. She's got to make something happen with that or she's going to stay pinned and wrapped up like this. Her hips are free. Oh, there's the left underhook. And that does allow her to spin off the cage.
Arcio able to get free, now back at space. 1 minute remains here in round number one. See if Arcio can make up for some lost time where she was controlled. Nice kick to the body there by the Texan.
Yeah, I like the way that's whipping around. That's got a nice little sting on it. I like the knee kicks too. That's a smart way of keeping somebody, you know, from completely committing to forward pressure.
A jab a moment ago by Arcio found a home, kind of stunned Mallory Martin.
You can see Martin's looking for that opening. She's looking for a way where she can get into an explosive combination.
Confident and light on her feet is Arcio. Nice left hand there by Martin.
Yeah, I like seeing a double hook like that. You don't see that as much in MMA where you go low and then high on that.
Nice right hand there.
That was really good. That interrupted kind of her forward momentum.
Five minutes in the books. Mallory Martin, Cynthia Arcio. Martin showing that pressure.
Again, I can't get in the judges' heads.
Long way to go before we get there. Round two underway. Mallory Martin in the blue top, Arcio in the black.
And I'd like to see Martin throwing that right hand a little bit more, really believing in it more. Nice, hard, stiff right hand there from Arcio.
See Martin pressing forward with strikes, and Arcio able to circle away quite nicely. She does have the movement and timing down.
Yeah, when you fight somebody who's kind of in a more sideways karate-style stance, it opens them up for leg kicks, but it also, especially for those lead side kicks and especially for the angles, it does give them a better opportunity to kind of escape. It's harder to set them up for things.
In that first round, we saw Mallory Martin punch her way into the clinch, and that's where she was able to get the fight to the floor. So far here, 45 seconds into round number 2, content to stand on the outside is Martin in exchange.
Yeah, and she's getting hit as a result of that. She really kind of, I think, needs to close that distance again, get on the inside, get this fight to the ground again, and not risk, you know, some of these shots. Nice grabbing the side kick, very smartly done.
Well executed takedown by Mallory Martin, back in control on the floor with a lot of time to work.
A lot of time to work, and again, she's using that head pressure on the ground to keep Arcio pushed up against the cage. I really like the way she did that because the side kick returns right back to your hips. You can follow that straightforward pressure into the takedown. More fighters should grab side kicks.
Full guard here for Cynthia Arcio.
Martin's putting a lot of pressure on the top. She's got an underhook with her right arm, which can actually, it can help her and hurt her. If Arcio has some slick hips, she can try to use that to set up an armbar. But again, Mallory Martin, brown belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, nicely done the way she passed the foot that way and put pressure on Arcio's left knee and prevented her from being able to push her hips.
And this is that signature pressure game of Mallory Martin, never contented to sit in someone's guard, always looking to pass, always looking to punish.
Yeah, and I like that. Good knees from the bottom there. I think she's really kind of looking for that dope mount, Mallory Martin, or she's looking to get into full side control.
A little knee to the body there by Martin as well.
But Arcio's knee's giving her a little bit of pressure there. That knee in the hip is preventing her from flattening her completely. I like the elbows to the liver.
Halfway point of this fight.
So I think Martin can be setting up, or she may have been trying to set up a head and arm choke earlier. She's not quite there, but she does have that arm isolated. Now underneath the head, this is a good position for Martin to work and to really work to pass over with that far side knee. Nicely done. Can't see if she's under the chin or not. I'm not right in that camera space, but you can see she's really setting up head and arm. She's full mount now, which is also great for her kind of pressure, you know, the power punching she might want to try.
She has a little more space now, but was the cage in the way of trying to get over to that side for the head and arm?
Yeah, I think so, for doing it for a submission, but for a positional control and getting her to mount, it was, I think it can actually help because it would keep Arcio's arm trapped up there. She'd have to kind of push it vertically.
Now in full mount is Mallory Martin. Nice right elbow finds a home.
This is Mallory Martin's home in more ways than one. This is where she's comfortable. This is where she likes to take her opponent's will.
90 seconds left for Mallory Martin to rain down some punishment here in round number 2.
You can see Arcio pushing on the head, really pushing with her hips and squirming, trying to get herself. Earlier in the first round, she got her back to the cage and she tried to use that as a method of escaping. Mallory Martin keeping nice control here, really keeping her feet tied up.
Over the top with the right elbow goes Martin.
And now she's actually, well, when Arcio stretches her arms out like that, it sort of tempts that armbar, but Martin's not falling for that. She's maintaining position instead of trying to roll out for something, which I admire. I know submissions and finishes are important, but damage is super, super important, again, especially against savvy fighters.
Big elbows here by Mallory Martin. Arcio forced to take this punishment. 30 seconds left in the round. Mallory Martin coming alive with offense.
Amazing elbow right there, really smart.
20 seconds now.
I love
right hands. Arcio just covered up.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I love the way Martin will establish a base with her other hand in order to have kind of pressure for that elbow. It's really nice. It's a good way of counter pressuring in. Now, if Arcio survives this round, which it looks like she might, you know, then Martin's got to get back to all this work again, but she's definitely putting a statement on the second round.
Mallory Martin, solid second round turned in. She is really a terror on top.
And I'm guessing those adjustments are going to be doing a lot more kicks, probably trying for a head kick knockout. She's definitely got the bounce in her step. She's got her right foot, left foot behind her. And, you know, she's looking for those big shots. Martin's going to be looking for a takedown again. I like Arcio's angles on that. It makes it hard for Martin to find her.
For Arcio, she needs to be confident with these strikes, but needs to make sure that she doesn't get wrapped up by Martin's clinch and taken to the floor once again.
Yeah, it should be 1, 2, 3, and then exit. 1, 2, 3, exit. Definitely exiting on angles. Otherwise, Martin will just kind of drive forward like that once she gets you moving backward. I like that Arcio exits. Again, I like that she exits on angles. It's harder for Martin to get those shots. Nice left hook there from Martin.
Martin tried to get the clinch there. Arcio able to evade.
You know, and I think for Martin to kind of catch that, we see Arcio moving to her right quite a bit, even with her left leg forward. I think it's going to be fake jabs to left hooks. Left hooks have done well for Martin on her feet here, and it kind of stops those little stutter shots and those odd angles that Arcio is able to hit her from.
Left hand splits the guard there of Martin.
That was a good shot. She stopped and admired her work, but Martin didn't take advantage of that lull, so. Good. That was really nicely done by Martin. She's getting a sense of where the target is, where the head is. Arcio's chin's a bit high, but as a fighter who fought with her chin high continually, I don't know that that's necessarily a critique. It just might be just stylistically. She's got a good chin. I like that side kick to the knee a lot.
Arcio having some success here, but Martin's still very game to exchange.
And I think Martin maybe just looking for the perfect opportunity. There's a head kick attempt. Looking for the kind of perfect opportunity to tie things up and get her back down. I don't know if you can wait for those opportunities when somebody's bouncing and angling a lot.
Martin coming forward with some punches.
Arcio's breathing out of her mouth a lot right here. I don't think that necessarily means she's had damage to her nose, but it could work in Mallory Martin's favor in terms of hitting the chin. Nice shots there. Good angle off.
Guilherme Cruz checking in on Twitter saying that Arcio definitely needs a finish in this third against Mallory Martin. You got to believe that positional dominance and offensive punishment with the strikes and the ground and pound. Got to believe Martin's in front of this one.
I agree with that statement. I think she should definitely be looking for a finish, a big, solid knockout if she can get it, because Martin has been able to get her down every single round, and in that, she's just able to be far more dominant.
Always aggressive is Mallory Martin. Under 2 minutes remain here in the fight. Martin back inside.
She's in side control, and you can see Arcio's getting to a position trying to prevent the mount. I think nice knees right there, but I think, yeah, there should be more of an attempt for an explosion because, again, mount is taken anyway. A savvy player is going to understand what you're doing right there and attempt something else.
Some posture there by Martin. Fired a couple elbows, now short right hands.
And Arcio tying up, trying to keep Martin from establishing a good base with her upper body to be able to hit. A lot of blood happening there on Arcio's face, though.
Cut on the right eyebrow, it looks like, of Cynthia Arcio.
And I do like how she's trying to control the posture, trying to control the biceps and the wrists at times, but that's not really shutting down what's happening. It's her hips that need to be in motion. It's her feet that need to be explosive right there in order to keep Martin from really hitting hard.
Slicing with these elbows is Mallory Martin. You can see the product of that on the face of Cynthia Arcio. More posture by Martin coming down with the right forearm.
Yeah, we've really had a nice bloody night here of fights. I like the way look at the way Martin posted on the face to try to find that shot again.
Hard elbows down by Mallory Martin. Arcio covering up, 30 seconds left in the fight.
This is where Martin increases her pace a lot of the time. I don't know that Arcio is defending herself. Well, I guess she's grabbing the wrist, she's still moving her hips, so. But
defending or not, this is not where you want to be underneath Mallory Martin.
She is taking some damage right now, TJ.
Final 10 seconds left in the fight.
I like Martin now using the head kind of as a base when her wrist is grabbed.
Momentum on her side, to say the least. Mallory Martin turns in another sterling performance, a factor to say the least in this strawweight division. To make this one official for our decision, here's Hartzell Gray.
Now to the scorecard. Judge Kevin Champion sees it 30-26. Judge Greg DeVilbiss scores it as well, 30-26. And Judge Stephen Graham sees it as 30-27 by unanimous decision. Your winner, Mallory Martin!
TJ DeSantis, Julie Kedzie, Memorial Hall, Kansas City, Kansas. Young in the black with purple print. Sotoudeh coming forward with some shots. Talk about the one-round fight being a sprint. These ladies are sprinting early.
Yeah, the Shanimal landed a very nice right hand early on, but she did kind of lean back a little bit, didn't push into that. I think it's because she favors those kicks so much and that reach. Sotoudeh seems very calm, very composed here, but she's got a higher rate, I think, of exertion than we saw in their first outing.
One thing that Young said about the first meeting is the draw for the tournament was done the night before the actual fight. So this time there was actually a camp, a point of emphasis in preparing for an opponent.
I think that is extremely helpful as a professional. But I do love a tournament setting, TJ. I love the excitement of it.
Love the action here early as well. Really changing here on the feet, taking the lead leg of Sotoudeh.
And Sotoudeh seems a bit stiff, a bit, you know, she's throwing punches and bunches. Well, she just threw one punch, but she was throwing some combos early on, but she seems to be a bit cautious of the power of Young.
Takedown attempt here. Sotoudeh able to get on top. The position she was in early in the first fight, one hook in.
And you can see she's already digging underneath the head, even though she doesn't have both hooks. I think this is a smart thing to do. I think, you know, strategically, you want to really be inside on that taller fighter. You can see the Shanimal is grabbing at that wrist, trying to get control, trying to tip her over the top, and trying to figure out what that right leg of Sotoudeh is doing. She's really digging in there for a hook, I think. Cage was in the way. Now there's a little bit more space, and Shanimal is pulling on Sotoudeh's arms, trying to get her rocked to the side.
Sotoudeh, a brown belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, firing off that right hand. We didn't see this much in the first fight. She had back control, but she wasn't as offensive-minded with the strikes.
And this is definitely where that needs to happen here, TJ. You know, you get somebody's back, especially when you're smaller. You've got to flatten them. You've got to hit them. You've got to make those opportunities present themselves.
Trying to lock up that figure four grip now is Sotoudeh.
She's got her
Young in
out.
trouble.
I can't see if she's under the chin.
Sotoudeh really squeezing. Shani Young in trouble. Hard to see where it is. Young trying to fire some punches to get out of it.
Yeah, I was going to say she was punching from the bottom, which means, you know, she's still working. You can see she's trying to shake those hooks off, and she's coming up. So Sotoudeh doesn't have total back. I mean, she's got back control, but she doesn't have the underhooks, and she did not have that choke all the way in.
Some left hands here by the Finn. Credit to Shani Young for surviving in this position. More strikes here from Sotoudeh. Big control here and more offense, as I said, in this back control ride than in the first fight.
And Young, in trying to control that wrist, is doing a nice job of also using the cage to kind of keep Sotoudeh from completely stretching her out. You can see she's bracing her right foot and trying to push her hips forward, trying to shake loose. Now Sotoudeh's got that arm underneath. It's not under the chin, it's across the chin, which can be quite painful, especially if you stretch the body out, but it's not quite a choke.
That crush can elicit a tap. We've seen that in the past. I think that's what Miranda Maverick got with Deanna Bennett in the finals of the Phoenix series. Less than 90 seconds left here in round number one.
Now, by pushing the Finn's head up against the cage, she does keep her from getting complete leverage there, though, TJ. And again, she's able to get out of the dangerous position. I mean, she's still in a dangerous platform there. Sotoudeh's underneath her arm. I think that's smart, trying to get to that choking position where she can fight hands just as Young is concentrating on fighting hands.
1 minute remains here in round number one. Really been a dominant round for Finland's Maiju Sotoudeh.
It is, but you can see Young's getting her hips down. You know, she's still working. I think she's working to free, and I think she's actually, you know, turning over on her back. Not necessarily the best thing to do, but it does shake a hook free. Now, if she uses that cage and pushes Sotoudeh's, you know, body up against the cage, she can kind of cheese grater her and make it a little bit difficult for her to establish a good position and maybe turn it. Oh, nope. Other hook is in now. And now it's about flattening out the taller fighter again, flattening her out, getting your underhooks with your arms and making sure you're staying in top position.
Final 10 seconds here in this opening round.
And a lot of those punches are, whoop, pulled her head out to give her a target. A lot of those punches are landing off target. But you can see Young turned all the way around now. Now she's in top position. She used her position quite well there. I think what's going on with technique and strategy and mindset.
Both of these athletes would love to keep it out of the hands of the judges, and Shayna Young coming out aggressive here in the second round.
She's coming out aggressive. She's dropping her hands a little bit. Oh,
beautiful
shot!
left hand. Sotoudeh trying to close the distance here, back in the clinch.
And Young is getting a little bit frantic there. You know, she knows she wants to get more shots, take advantage of that. And again, Sotoudeh's on her back, this time on their feet. Young throwing back elbows there very nicely. And I like the way Sotoudeh's wrapped up over the hip, but she's got to get her hips in a better position or she's going to end up on bottom. You can see she's working to take the back once again. Young's back up on her feet, though.
Sotoudeh, the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu brown belt, Young a blue belt, and we saw Sotoudeh almost willing to end up on bottom to get the fight to the ground and induce a scramble, and still in control of this back.
And you can see Young was looking for a switch right there. She's looking for a way to turn the position around as she does so. She gets very tall, and so that does kind of give up more positioning. Wrapping around the head there actually puts her in, you know, she is squaring up. She is trying to get to a belly-to-belly position where she can use her hips more, but that does give up that double leg right there, TJ. I don't know if Sotoudeh's quite deep enough for that. It looks like not.
Nicely done here by Young to remain on her feet and not allow Sotoudeh to get the fight to the floor and take her back as she did in the first round.
Yeah, Young's counter wrestling, you know, reaching in there for the arm there and keeping her legs split is very good. You can see Sotoudeh's really driving hard on that, looking for trips and looking for tie-ups. And it's just kind of a matter of balancing on that leg and balancing with that cage. Ooh, pushing the head down is smart.
Kimura grip there briefly, now back in space. Young firing that left hand, that's what she stunned Sotoudeh with earlier. Now the Finn goes for that takedown once again.
She goes for the takedown, but she's not, she needs to come up on that. She's have more hips behind it. Young tried to cross-face her, wasn't completely successful, but she was able to get her hips free, and now Sotoudeh was in a bad spot unless she switches things up and maybe sits through into a guard. You can see a lot of blood on her hands right there, and she's turning into that single leg. And Young is able to kind of muscle her around. Young needs to free her legs completely and really start pushing on that head again. I like her positioning with that arm over the top, but I think it's not going to give her that much of a platform to hit unless she switches things all the way around. Oh, nicely done.
Back at space, you see the blood flowing from Sotoudeh's face. Young having a lot of success here in round number 2. Left hand again there by the Shanimal. Again on the takedown. This takedown a lot different in the second round by Sotoudeh than in the first.
It is, and you know, the timing on those takedowns, wow, nice knee on the bottom, avoiding the head because the way it was wrapped up. The timing of the takedown is good, but the follow through is not. She's not getting her hips in the position where she can continue to chain takedowns. Nice knee on the way up, and Shanimal really roughing her up, really handling her right there. I like the way the Shanimal, I'm just gonna keep calling, I just love saying that. I like the way she makes that jab, an upward jab, kind of Bruce Lee style. It's able to split Sotoudeh's guard, and it's also able to set up an overhand and kind of a more rock style punch.
You can see Young's confidence growing here on the feet. She's had a lot of success. Battered and bloodied is the Finn.
Battered and bloody, but she's still looking like she's still looking to be in it. Yeah, it's hard to see what she's trying to set up exactly. She's almost waiting for the right opportunity to jump in there, and I think she's got to make those opportunities happen a little bit more with her striking. Hard when somebody's hitting so hard and they've bloodied you up.
Now again on the takedown, but Young shutting it down, lands in top position. Now Sotoudeh trying to get control of the offensive-minded Shanna Young.
And this is where Young is probably really trying to make a statement. She's got to be careful of those feet. She's got to make sure she gets into good position. Because Sotoudeh's tricky off of her back, and she can set up those arm bars and triangles there very well if she wants to. Young's got to keep her hips down. And, oh, if you notice, she's trapping that arm a little bit, or she had her right leg, her right shin over Sotoudeh's right arm. Disengaged now.
Attacking with kicks now is Young. Final 10 seconds of the second round.
Ooh, big strikes there.
Shanna Young coming alive, striking at will. 10 minutes in the books. What a rallying round there for Shanna Young. Third and final round between these flyweights, Mayu Sotoudeh and the Shanimal Shanna Young. Fight really could be up for grabs here in this final 5 minutes. Sotoudeh had a lot of control, also a lot of strikes in round number 1, but then Shanna Young took over in round number 2 and trying to do that here with some strikes early in round number 3.
And with Sotoudeh, she really does need to commit to that. Whatever combination that's going to get her to the inside, she's a little bit, it's not hesitant, I think she's just looking for too much precision. Whereas, yeah, Young just, she lets it go. She lets her arms go. She lets herself fight as opposed to being precise. You can see her balance is a little off sometimes, but the power comes in those strikes as well, TJ, in that kind of total commitment to destruction. I
think the strikes are different here from Shanna Young as well. She was worried about that takedown in the first round, as she should have been, of Mayu Sotoudeh, but now she's sitting down on her strikes a little bit more. She doesn't fear that shot and takedown attempt by Sotoudeh as much, especially because she's strolled out of it multiple times.
She has, but you know, if you notice, Sotoudeh was still bouncing a little bit. She's still looking for those opportunities to get to the inside. So Young has to stay cautious here, even though she's had quite a dominant second round. She really does need to be aware that, you know, if given the opportunity, Sotoudeh is going to try to be a backpack again.
Sotoudeh is a savvy veteran. But now on the bottom here of Young, and immediately trying to frame up this armbar.
Wow.
Sotoudeh might be in business. Young trying to fight the leg there.
And Young is bracing there with her knee and throwing strikes, and she was able to kind of break the control there, but she was in an armbar platform.
Now in side control here is Shanna Young.
And again, this is where Young needs to find where she can just hit and hit and hit. I wouldn't worry about submitting at all. I would worry about finishing this fight with strikes and with damage. Her head's going down. I think she might be looking possibly to set up some sort of head and arm. I don't know. Her right arm's on the wrong side to be able to do that. There's an arm bar possibility there. But I think just spread her out, get on top, and then just elbow the poo out of her.
Trying to go for a crucifix position here is Shanna Young. Sotoudeh turtling up.
Yeah, going for that crucifix can be helpful as long as you use your hooks correctly. You know, now her arm is tied up and she's got to free her arm before she can, you know, do more damage with it. So it does kind of, you have to be real cautious against high-level jiu-jitsu players when you're trying to go for platforms.
Some right hands now by Young. Got to make sure she doesn't hit the back of the head. More right hands.
And I'm loving those right hands. I'm loving the way she lets herself unhinge with the elbow, just like slam right through. She really wants to trap Sotoudeh's arm. I actually wouldn't think nice triangle attempt, unsuccessful, but Sotoudeh's still in this game for sure.
Allowed Young to pass. She goes knee on belly.
And I think she's using that knee to really stretch the body of the Finn, get her so that she cannot stay crunched up, and she'll expose more body parts to hit. You can see Sotoudeh's got that underhook, the far side underhook. That can be a big game inside control. And now, again, yep, nice tie-up. This is a good time for Shanna Young to tie up and try to get that arm trapped with her leg.
Left hands here by the Shanimal. Sotoudeh covering up.
She's definitely, she's reaching and trying to disrupt that base and then turns back around. And being attached to that inside thigh, that can somewhat slow down the opportunity to get hit, but once she's free, her head is just going to be super exposed as it is now to be hit. You can see her wrapping her right leg up, maybe trying to set up a leg lock there. Really doesn't, I think, have enough juice or enough leverage to get anything done right there, but I could be wrong.
Another solid round being turned in here by Shanna Young. Sotoudeh has less than 40 seconds to get this fight back in her possession, but the Shanimal in full Shanimal mode, I guess.
She really is, and you can see she's walking right over to a mount now. Beautiful read there. Huge power in those hands. Even if they hit, yeah, nice high mount. And even if they're hitting the gloves sometimes, it really sends a message and puts a lot of shockwave through the head. This is a great fight.
A huge statement being turned in here by Shanna Young. Final 10 seconds of the fight. Sotoudeh covering up. Marcio Silva taking a look.
She's covering up, and now her back is taken. It's a total reversal than what we saw in the first round.
15 minutes in the books. They only had 5 minutes to work back in September. Tonight, we go 15 full minutes. Sotoudeh, solid first round, but Shanna Young bided her time, and when she took over, she did not let Sotoudeh back in the fight.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a unanimous decision. Judge Kevin Champion scores it 29-27. Judge Greg DeVilbiss scores it 28-27. And Judge Stephen Graham with a score of 28-26. Your winner out of the red corner, the Shanimal, Shanna